Today on the American Truck Podcast, Fallout 4 is getting a massive high-res texture pack, Club Penguin is shutting down, Star Wars Battlefront 2 will span multiple eras, and many people downloaded Super Mario Run. Hello and welcome to the American Truck Podcast with Andrew C.
And Jefferson B.
I'm Freelance Gamer. Slow week.
Slow week
Very
indeed.
slow week.
Slow week indeed. But that's what happens in January. Not much things happen in January.
Mm-hmm.
It's the unfortunate thing. There's always a couple titles here or there coming out, but that's really about it. And they're usually more of the obscure variety.
It's
kind of favorite.
After the wave of AAA,
Yeah,
all the little guys try to break through.
Other AAAs aren't out for a couple of months, so
Yeah,
not too
and
much
typically
happens.
we really can't expect much till March at this point, I think. But I don't know.
Nothing
We'll see.
big.
Nothing big, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of this. I mean, the only thing I can think of that's happened that I know of is that last week, the Resident Evil movie, the last one came out. And
Yeah,
I don't think we have that in our news, but that it's a movie based off a game. Initially,
We know how well those go.
well, this is at this point no longer based off any of the games.
Well, that's good at least.
So it's at least its own horrible plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, my
there's
goodness.
That. But yeah, that means you're gonna get some different news this week since there's not a lot of things we normally cover. So one thing that we do typically cover that was Fallout, and Fallout 4 is getting an update here with a free high-res texture pack.
You know, when I read this article earlier today, just kind of by happenstance, I was kind of shocked actually at just how big this high res pack is. Like, I'm trying to figure out like who this is marketed for, because I mean we're talking, this is a 58 gigabyte patch
Mm-hmm.
that is going to end up requiring the end user. This is based off of present specs, but a GTX 1080 and an i7 in order to get playable 4K footage.
Right, and I believe that was a pretty high-end i7 too.
Yeah, I mean it's. I actually can't imagine. Sidebar, can't imagine why you get a low range i7, but that's just me.
Fact. But I mean,
yeah,
like,
no,
that's not like the regular consumer spec of i7. I think that was one of the enthusiast
Yeah,
ones. So.
like a K class, something you would overclock. But it's just kind of surprising to me that like maybe this is just more of a demonstration of yes we can, or something else to that effect.
I mean, I'm sure it's a bit of yes we can, but I'm sure it's also a bit of look at how awesome this thing is.
Possibly, and who knows? Maybe in like 5 or 6 years. I mean, think about Crysis. We still benchmark on Crysis.
True.
Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
benchmark on Crysis more as a joke than anything else.
Right, but what I'm saying is like benchmarking on Crysis was the thing you did for years.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for the solid.
And so I'm
7
wondering,
years.
I'm
Easy.
wondering if people will benchmark now on Fallout, if that's something Bethesda was looking towards. Like,
With the other games that are coming out, I don't know, because I feel like that's like that's a very nice looking game. I feel like other games have also come out that are just as good looking, if not better.
sure, and
already.
I'm not talking about good looking. I'm talking about like, oh, my rig can get X amount of FPS on Fallout 4 with the high res. Bragging rights.
No, of course, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe. I don't know. I don't think we're there yet. Until the next Crysis game comes out, I'm not putting it there. If the next Crysis game isn't more demanding than this, I'll agree.
But if you
But it
have
probably will
Fallout
be.
4, it's a free patch, and I'm assuming you can like scale up to it. Like you don't have to be. It's not an on or off with the high res. Maybe.
I'm not sure about
Citation
that.
needed.
Citation needed.
Okay,
Indeed.
citation needed. Fair. But at the very least, if you happen to be like the one of 2 people in the world with the high end system,
Yeah.
Woo.
I basically, from what I saw, was if you've got
process.
the internet to spare, and you think your computer might run it, try it.
it's worth a shot.
The worst
Absolutely.
thing that happens is you wasted 58 gigs of download.
Right, and maybe 10 minutes of your time.
Right. To find out whether it would work or not. I mean, and
Exactly.
I know some machines, like there are places in Fallout that just chug.
Yeah.
Even
Oh
on a
yeah,
good machine.
downtown was horrible.
So I hope that they fix that when they release this, so that way you don't end up getting to that spot where now you're at some kind of obscene high res and then it chugs from the existing optimization problem.
Right. Last time I talked to the good doctor, he said he wasn't experiencing them in that area anymore.
Oh, that's good.
So they may have already
fixed
patched that out. Although I'd be curious to see if they get patched back in with the texture pack.
Right,
It's not a bug, it's a feature, guys.
It's a feature.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Can you run this one block area perfectly? Your computer is a god.
That's right. Yeah. You must have the infamous 10-core i7, don't you? Oh yeah. Spent a lot of money on that just so I could render that one town.
It's a block. It's actually, I think in game it's like this 2 square block radius of just holy crap, I couldn't play.
Wow. Yeah. So yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think the good doctor will be acquiring that. Mainly on the internet side. I mean, his computer is close to being able to run that, but the internet is he would get that in about 2 months.
You'd have to see if you could somehow pull it onto a hard drive, portable hard drive.
He'd have to ship the computer to someone who has better internet.
Yeah,
and then
sneaker net it around at that point. Yeah,
exactly.
I don't know.
That's about the only way to do that.
True.
But in some terrible, very bad news, Club Penguin shutting down.
What?
So I'm gonna say this sentence.
Can't believe it.
I don't know what a Club Penguin is.
Hashtag out of context podcast.
I have no idea what Club Penguin is.
So,
is this like a Habbo hotel?
Do you remember Neopets?
Sure.
Yes,
Cinema.
it's literally that.
It's literally that.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
example is one that I saw in one of the articles.
All right.
But yeah, it's
My
the
brain,
same
my brain
concept.
had like Habbo Hotel, and not for the reasons of actually using Habbo Hotel. And I'm just like, everyone said called Penguin, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. It like the furry version to Habbo Hotel? Like, I don't know what that is.
No, it's the Penguin version.
Yeah. No.
Well, I
thankfully,
mean,
these
that's
are very,
just the style at that.
These are very
Yeah.
cartoony penguins.
Yeah.
There is no tomfoolery amidst these penguins.
No.
All right.
Just penguins. But yeah, that is going to shut down on March 29th. That is just the web version and the existing app versions. And that's making way for Club Penguin Island, which is going to be a new, entirely mobile-only experience. So it's sort of going away, but only in the way that
We'll
everyone has known for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But
Right.
sad day.
Yeah,
Next thing they're going
sad.
to tell us, Neopets is shutting down.
Yeah.
A website I haven't gone on in many moons, but if they shut it down, I would be sad.
Very true. Hey, Andrew C, you know what I noticed?
What did you notice?
We're going over like 90 miles an hour here on this here road.
Oh yeah, I'm almost doing 100.
Yeah, no, this is impressive. We got kind of a need for speed here.
Oh, I got a lot
There
of
you
need
go.
for speed going on here. Yeah,
You know what's sad though? This need for speed doesn't look that great.
that's true. It doesn't look too good at all, does it?
You know what we need? We need
more-
the best looking Need for Speed game ever produced.
I think you're right. I think we do need that.
I hate all of you. I mean, all of you by both of you, but whatever. So yeah, apparently there's another Need for Speed coming out, and it says 2018, and will be the 23rd game in the series, and that's including, I believe, mobile.
Oh wow.
That's the only way they can include it and call it 23rd.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I didn't
Uh-huh.
realize that there was that many.
They
Need for
remade
Speed
basically every game they made for console on mobile.
games.
So they made about 8 games, and then probably made about 8 mobile at least, and then, well, some odd ones obviously, and extra ones.
Well, yeah, and like there were handheld titles. And
Yeah.
There were spin-offs
I
and console
personally
releases.
was never a Need for Speed person. I think that they had some good games. I liked Most Wanted a lot when
Most
I
Wanted
was younger.
a lot of fun.
But like I just never really cared for the. It's weird. I played that game and they always had this like, oh, street racing, yeah, mentality, and I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, I agree.
I was a
never liked
Burnout
that.
person. I loved Burnout 3 and Burnout what is it? Burnout 3 Takedown and Burnout Revenge. Because to me, it was like, yeah, you're racing on the streets and you bump into cars and it's chaos, but that's it. It was meant to be just ridiculous and fast paced and really arcadey but really good.
Right.
And I like that it didn't have that like attempt at an attitude as much.
Yeah, I can
You
see
know, like
that.
they had a little bit of a thing with the radio announcer being like, "All right, well, go try and destroy all whatever." But like, I don't know, I just didn't like that I didn't like that.
Yeah, much love for the Burnout. I think what's going to be fantastic for this is, and I remember seeing, it must have been like a year or so ago, some like concept trailer footage of what a like high-res Need for Speed game would look like. And it was one of those games where even if it doesn't, like, even if the racing aspect is not your thing, the game itself is just gonna look good. Like, it's
I
one
would
of
be
those objective
horribly
standards.
tempted for this if they do a VR support, because I actually, one of the things I thought about getting a VR rig, if I ever did so, is like one of the best things I can do with the small space I have is the racing games and flying games.
Mhm.
Right? Like I have a flight stick, so that's
Sure.
a start, and then like get a racing wheel, and it's like that would be awesome. And I know they can do it. And if they're making a really nice looking game, I hope they do. I hope you have like free range head motion in the cab.
I mean,
That'd
it's
be awesome.
2018, so who knows what the state of VR will be.
That's
in a
very
year's
true
time.
as well.
It could be
You
good
know.
or bad. You know,
Could
this
be good or
could
bad.
be-
Could be indifferent.
Could be
No.
anywhere, really. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard to predict where VR will be, even at the end of this year, let alone next year.
Well, it's hard to
Right.
predict just where gaming technology is going to be in general in the next year. I mean, for all we know, we could have an 11 series graphics card by year's end. I don't know.
Right.
You
And
know?
and to add to that, I understand makes a very good point. There's no date, so when it says due 2018, as far as we know, that can be December.
Right.
December 31st, 2018 is still 2018.
Right.
So
You
it's somewhere in there. And I mean, this
Something like that.
information only came from their earnings call. So like they touted
Yeah.
the fact that they were going to have the best looking Need for Speed game ever produced sometime in 2018. And so they were, very forward looking.
Which is probably gonna be 2019.
Probably.
It probably will be. You never know.
It's EA. Yeah.
EA indeed. A little PSA here for the GTA player in our viewership. If you played originally on the PS3 and Xbox 360 and haven't moved on for some reason to another console, whether because you don't have one, I guess if you don't have one, then this doesn't matter. But if you do have one and you haven't transferred your online profile from the old game console to the newer game console, you will need to do that by March 6th if you care about your profile.
Yeah, even if you're not playing, you may want to do that anyway in case you ever want to pick it back up.
Right. So it is going to no longer be able to be transferred after that date, and so even if you might pick it up, definitely worth doing the transfer. Otherwise, you're going to lose all your stuff and all your.
Now, is that to
progress.
say, are they shutting down the PS3 and Xbox 360 servers?
No, it just means that you can't. They're just turning off the transfer system.
Oh, okay. So you'll still be able to play GTA Online
Oh, yeah.
on your Xbox 360
Yeah.
or PS3
Yeah, it's just
if you are so inclined.
They haven't updated the game since 2015,
Ugh.
so they're trying to push people off that if they can.
Makes sense.
So there's that. Star Wars Battlefront 2 2. We've talked about this once in the past. I still don't like the naming scheme, and thus why I have called it that. Well, it is going to have...
2.2.
Yeah, it did, exactly. It is going to span multiple Star Wars eras. So I definitely look forward to seeing that. And we talked in the past about the fact that it was going to include a single player, which the current one does not.
Thank God.
And it is due holiday of 2017.
I feel like this one's gonna be the one that like I played the demo with Andrew C here, and one of the things that I said is that without a single player, it didn't feel like a $60 game. Like without a story or something to get me to just play the game, just to play the game, not necessarily to play it online with others.
Yeah, I guess at the same time though, I think of like Overwatch.
No, totally. But I bought that for $50. Like, I mean, I totally would agree though. I mean, part of it is that like to me it's like if you're paying $60 for a game, to me that's the top price, right? That's how much you're paying.
Right.
That game should have the best experience in mind for the style of game it is.
Hmm.
Battlefront, from previous eras, was single player and multiplayer. Consistent, right? Overwatch was built as an arena shooter, similar to Team Fortress and Counter-Strike and those in thereof. So, like, if you're building it to the best of that genre, $6 price tag's fair. I don't feel that Battlefront 1 was built to that. Because it completely missed a segment that was important to others. It missed having, at launch at least, space combat. I believe they've done an update for that, but like, that's just like things you need to have up front. Otherwise, I don't understand paying $60 for a game.
Well, they couldn't have it up front, Kyle, because then what would make you keep playing this for so long and then buy the sequel?
Yeah, I guess. That's a fair point from a marketing standpoint, and I understand it, but I mean,
it's a fair point from EA's marketing standpoint, not a good point from anyone else's marketing standpoint.
fact.
The good game
But-
manufacturers.
Well, some of them. No, don't talk about that because we have Blizzard soon. That's the thing. So sometimes they're bad. You know who's not a bad publisher?
I don't remember their names, so you're gonna have to give it to me.
Digital Devolver. Who What
made,
happened
who
is,
made Shadow
over-
Warrior 2,
they made a lot of games.
and they
helped make-
also made a
this-
Boo Boo on
Well,
Steam.
I'm curious if this is a boo-boo because of what they did. So, Shadow Warrior 2 basically went down to $4
Yeah.
per copy instead of 40. And so it ended up going on, and the publisher actually said on their Twitter account, "Get it while it's hot." Like, they knew this is a thing, you're gonna get it, just go for it.
Yeah, like
We're gonna
working
fix
on
it. but
fixing
you
this.
you got time.
Like, it is being fixed, but until it gets fixed, you might as well buy it.
And this to me isn't that surprising because these guys made they published. Let me rephrase that. They published Hateful Boyfriend, Serious Sam, Broforce, Talos Principle, Hotline Miami,
So this really is in their mode.
Gungeon.
for-
Like, they've always been a very niche and odd company. They also do some movie production from what I remember as well, and they do some odd stuff with that. They've always been a little weird, but they're also kind of, I don't know, I feel like they're in tune with the player base. I feel like that's a lot of companies aren't. Like, they know you're gonna go buy it, and it's not like they're gonna sit there when someone mentioned it at Twitter, and they didn't just like hide that post or like quickly try to cover it. They replied and went, "All right, yeah, that's a thing. We're gonna fix it."
Yeah, we're fixing that, but I mean, if it's still $4 and you buy it, whatever, go for it.
Right, which means that since they replied to that, and since they had enough care, if you were subscribed to them, because if you were subscribed, if you were following them on Twitter, you could have very easily seen that they replied to that and then been like, "Oh crap, I didn't know about that."
I'm gonna
They
buy that.
gave more exposure to a fault,
Right.
and it's like, well, that's just who they are.
I wanted
I don't
that
know.
game, but I didn't want it at the price point that it was selling at. But $4, yeah, I'll pick that up.
Yeah, exactly. And like for me, that game I haven't picked up yet. I played the original. I thought Shadow Warrior 1 was a really good game, and Shadow Warrior 2's got nice 4-player co-op, which I kind of want to play out. But I just haven't. I bought a lot of games during Steam sale. It was still $20, and I was just like, nah, I'll pick it up later. When it goes on a sale. Damn, I missed this one though.
You missed a good sale, but 1,000
really
people
good
or so
sale.
didn't.
Right.
So, but I mean, you think about it too. I mean, that's still some money they got from people. So, and they're getting exposure now because of
Yeah, because of this happening. So
What
I think
happened?
that's why part of me thinks it wasn't necessarily
it was a mistake
a
that became a
full-blown
okay
mistake.
thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Part of me is curious if somebody was just like, put it to 90 for about 45 minutes, and then somebody from our team buy it, mention me on, message us on Twitter about it. We'll reshare it. Bunch of people will buy it, and we cut it.
Sounds like a
That
bit of
would
a
be
conspiracy
devious.
theory there.
And that would be
As a-
devious and very crafty. But you know what? Not really a bad thing.
No.
Yeah, no, I guess not.
But one last thing here. It's kind of a story here. It's Super Mario Run, which is only available on iOS currently. It's apparently hit 78 million downloads.
All right.
And
That many people bought it? Or is this the free
yeah,
version?
That's how many bought the free, downloaded the free version.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they said about 5% of those people, which is about 4 million, paid for the upgrade.
That's a pretty
that's
good
not
actual.
bad.
That's a pretty good percentage actually for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is kind of one more like sticking point for hopefully to convince Nintendo to make more mobile games, because I was reading earlier there's an Animal Crossing game that was in the works,
Right.
but that's kind of being backed off a little bit. So
It's been pushed back a couple times, yeah.
yeah, so we'll see. Maybe this will kind of give them the push that they really need to hopefully make some really nice mobile games, because I feel like that would be, for me, I haven't bought Super Mario Run yet, mostly just because it didn't latch onto me like I thought it would, but I would buy an Animal Crossing game for $10.
Oh yeah, I definitely. I mean, if they did even like a quick they could do a free version of it too.
Oh, yeah.
like they did with this, and I would totally go. So like Super Mario Run to me wasn't interesting because I looked at it and my thought was, this is similar to other games just with a Nintendo skin.
Right.
It's not identical, but it's enough that I don't care.
Right. I have played this game before.
Or I've played something close enough.
Right.
Yeah, it's
But if you're saying here's an actual IP, right? Here's Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Very unique to its own platform. Oh yeah, totally.
I don't know how familiar you are with the Animal Crossing series, but there's one game that comes to mind right now, which is Happy Home Designer. And Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer is basically you designing homes. That's what it says in the tin. But it's one of those games that I never thought was fully justified to be like a full-blown DS cartridge.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think that would make a fantastic mobile game.
Yeah.
With built-in sharing, you can kind of do like a Neko Atsume thing going on there. You could throw in a couple other elements like collecting and random drops. I can see a lot going on with something like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Well, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the American Truck Podcast. If you like this, make sure you hit that like button down below. Perhaps also hit the subscribe, maybe leave a comment, and we will see you in the next one.